It's shaping up to be an August full of red-hot releases. No matter which genre brings sunshine to your life, there's plenty of much anticipated titles launching over the coming month. Hi, I'm Kate from Fanatical, and in this video we'll be taking you through the games that we cannot wait to warm our keyboards and controllers over. So grab an ice cream or a cold drink and get ready for these 10 games coming out in August. Before we get into it, please like this video if you find it helpful. Leave a comment of the games you're going to be picking up and subscribe for more videos. Are you ready to party? Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is a 60-player online party game where you aim to be the last person standing. The game is by the developers of Hatoful Boyfriend, yes, that pigeon data simulator, so expect a lot of craziness and not just from the physics engine. In the game, you'll have to work together in football, compete in a race to the top, or avoid getting hit. You'll be playing rounds of competitive and cooperative challenges where the loser gets eliminated until there's just one person left. As well as creative rounds, you'll be able to customise yourself. From donning a Fry's costume to cosplaying as a chicken, you'll be able to stand out from the crowd in Fall Guys and put your individuality into your character. Alloy's Spectacular Adventure is launching on PC in what we hope to be the first of many PlayStation IPs coming to Steam in the near future. The award-winning Horizon Dawn puts you in an open-world future Earth overrun by machines. Each machine represents an animal and you'll have to use a combination of stealth and skill to take them down to harvest their parts in order to upgrade and continue on with your quest. Centred around the hunter Alloy as she tries to uncover the past of her parentage after being outcast by her tribe, the role-playing game puts you face to face with giant, deadly machines, as well as rival tribes in order to discover the destiny of a young hunter and stop a catastrophic threat to the future. In the Complete Edition, you'll also get the Frozen Wilds expansion that gives a vast new area, which, as the title alludes to, is a snow-filled environment full of new machines and a brand new story to tackle. As expected, there are also upgrades for the PC, including ultra-widescreen support, unlocked frame rates, and graphical customization options. The game already looked stunning on PlayStation, but there'll also be tweaks to the reflections, dynamic foliage, and more enhancements that will really take the game to the next level visually. If you've not got your Beast Gaming PC, you'll want it for this. Coming out of early access in August, Risk of Rain 2 has seen a surge of popularity and lots of praise during a year-and-a-half period. With over 61,998 overwhelmingly positive reviews during the early access time, the game will see completion on August 11th. Hoppo Games' third-person shooter with the roguelike elements takes place on a distant planet where you'll have to fight through hordes of monsters, unlock loot, and defeat bosses in randomised stages. This can be done with up to 3 friends in co-op too, and many recommended that playing with friends is the way to go. Launching with a new survivor, as well as a much anticipated final stage and final boss, the game will see a price increase on launch. However, at just $19.99, in early access it's excellent value for money, and the beautiful art style, as well as depth in the game, is a level above an original Risk of Rain game. The latest Total War game to the best-selling strategy series is heading to the Mediterranean. Based on the legendary Trojan War story by Homer, the game is full of gods and monsters that you can recruit to help you besiege Troy. Whether that's asking for favours of the gods to boost your soldiers, or having a Minotaur roaming around the battlefield, each will give you an advantage in the war. Unlike other Total War games, there's a greater emphasis on the soldier-to-soldier combat to reflect the source material. Infantry classes will have greater variances between speed and strength, meaning you'll have to plan your army accordingly. There will also be new abilities such as flanking and anti-flanking, which determine weapons and stances of the soldiers. And it's not just war that will have to be considered. You'll need to acquire new resources such as wood and stone to create buildings and specialised settlements that allow you to thrive. For example, your army will need food and gold to continue to fight. Did I mention you can also get the game for free? If you claim the game within the first 24 hours on Epic Games Store, then it's free to keep. Now that's a deal you cannot pass up.
All set for takeoff?
Microsoft Flight Simulator is officially launching on August 18th. The simulation game will allow you to fly to every single airport in the world. That's 37,000 in total, with a map generated from the real Earth thanks to Microsoft Azure. Realism doesn't just stop there though, and it runs through the code of the game too. The game will even connect with real-time air traffic and seasonal weather to generate the most realistic flight experience you could possibly want, with even the most extreme weather conditions such as snow being included. If you've ever dreamt about soaring as high as a bird with as much realism as possible, then Microsoft's next flight simulator is a visual masterpiece, with everything you want and much more. But this time there'll also be no VR mode. The good news is though that there will be a multiplayer mode where you can choose between realistic pilots or those who want to barrel roll and pilot in specific weather conditions. Known for its hardcore competitive nature, the Project Cars series is one of the most technically in-depth racing franchises, with over 180 licensed cars in the previous game. Now that Slightly Mad series is back after 3 years with a third entry, and in an interview with IGN, they claim to be much easier for newcomers to get into the game. This doesn't mean that the realism is toned down. Trailers have shown high fidelity racing with as much realism as previous games. There'll be a completely new career mode to make more of a dynamic experience, while there'll also be a vast vehicle customization and modifications and upgrades to the multiplayer modes, including scheduled races and improved skill-based matchmaking. These multiplayer changes should make it easier for players to find competitive races that are up to their skill level. However, there's no news yet on if the game will be cross-platform. Award-winning RPG franchise Wasteland is back after a 6-year absence. In the game, you'll be tasked to stop 3 bloodthirsty children of the self-proclaimed Patriarchy of Colorado who have created warring factions in order to take over the land. As with previous games in the series, you'll be tasked with recruiting and training new teammates in order to defeat armies that stand in your way. All combat is squad-based, so making sure that your weakest member is strong is important in order to succeed, and ensuring that your squad's perks and abilities line up will be pivotal in victory. Speaking of succeeding, the post-apocalyptic game story is reactive to your decisions. Going too gung-ho will open up different narrative paths than if you are more cautious and thoughtful with your squad, so expect plenty of replay value to the game. The latest edition of EA Sports American Football game is releasing on August 28th. The game will come with updated squads and player availability for the new season and updated gameplay enhancements to take the series to the next level. With smarter AI and an innovative ball carrier system and a new skill stick that allows you to create combos on the offense, as well as tackling advancements on the defense, are just a few of the upgrades that makes this game smarter, more authentic version of the NFL than previously seen in the franchise. The game will get into the psyche of your favourite players too, with a second generation of superstar fields that will have over 50 new superstar and X-Factor abilities. These abilities will grant the best players additional abilities based on their real-life play style. There are also new schemes and new players to make use of their abilities. These are all based on real-life plays that the NFL clubs used throughout their last season. There are also improvements in the game modes with the next season of the popular Ultimate Team feature where you build your dream fantasy roster. Plus, a brand new face to the franchise, Rise to Fame game mode, where you'll choose a school name, city and mascot to start your journey from high schooler to pro footballer. Progressing through the story will be up to you as you negotiate storylines off the field by selecting how conversations go. These will then determine your on-field position, where you end up playing, and much more along the journey. All roles have been captured by real actors, including your career rival and friend, Tommy Matthews, who will be played by young Cyclops actor Ty Sheridan. Though expect some celebrity cameos too, with Snoop Dogg already confirmed to play himself in the story. How many enemies can you handle at once? If the answer isn't 100,000, then Serious Sam 4 may not be for you. The classic FPS series is back, with new enemies in this prequel to the 2011 hit, plus a new Legion system allows the game to render hundreds of thousands of baddies onto the screen all at one time. The story starts with humanity being under siege as mental hordes of ravagers what remains of a broken and beaten civilization. It's up to Sam and a misfit band of commandos to lead a resistance in order to fend off the alien invaders. To do this, Sam is armed with explosive, upgradable weapons, such as a brand new auto shotgun and an upgraded rocket launcher. In short, Serious Sam is going to be a classic shooter fun with groundbreaking innovations to make it more manic than previous games. Surgeon Simulator 2 will give you more mess than before as you attempt to fix more damage than you can cause on the operating table. This time, there's a new medical facility with more levels than ever to get stuck into, and the ability to create your own facility with challenges beyond the operating table. We saw in a recent trailer that one of the talented surgeons made a basketball court using a creation mode with the challenge of getting a slam dunk. This may not be a realistic simulation of a hospital, but the craziness is going to make it all the more fun. You also won't be performing any surgery alone. With up to 4-player co-op available, they often say more hands make lighter work, but in this case, I'm sure it will just cause more harm. Thanks for watching. Which games are you going to be picking up in August? Let us know in the comments below, like this video if it was helpful, and subscribe for more videos. Bye for now!